This game just looks miserable. And we have a pretty disappointing 2-5 as well. Our opponent, at least, what kind of a situation is this? They bind in. I'm not even sure if the village here is even worth it. Although Marquis is a really great card, so that is one point in favor of going for the engine. I think here I'm just gonna go Lighthouse, and then what else do I want with it? I guess a silver maybe. An inn doesn't particularly help that much. Actually, I guess it does in the beginning, but I don't really care for it all that much. Might even consider a leprechaun and just try to acquire golds every turn. Yeah, okay. I guess Marquis just like is such a game-defining card because without it, there's like no very minimal draw, very minimal plus buy, but with it, it's just a lot better. So yeah, I think I might just take a leprechaun then. And then here, I think I'm gonna take Star Chart. These kind of games are quite hard to play, is my thought. So my opponent basically really isn't doing anything. They bought like this, what's basically a big mill, and then a card that lets you get that mill again, and so it doesn't seem to. So this doesn't seem to do anything. War. I had no cards that were 3 or 4 in my deck, so that was pretty fortunate. And so here, I think I'm just gonna go money, I think, is my thought. Okay. So I'm gonna get this. And yeah, I think the inn in this case, it is helpful once I get some golds and other larger forms of economy in my deck, namely just silvers and golds. If my deck is all coppers and estates, there's very little benefit in playing in. All right, so I just got another copper. That's great. So now I'm just gonna put the in back in my deck. I almost just called it a mill. What is going on here? Okay. Oh, I shuffle my deck. I see. In Star Chart, whenever you shuffle, you get to choose what goes on top. So yeah, here I just wanted to sift through like these junky cards a lot faster. Yeah, and I think I'm going to continue to do that. I really just want to see these cards as much as I can. Yeah. Put the inn on top so I can discard the crud that this hex gave me in the form of bad omens. So my opponent was able to hit Marquis. I hope that we're able to hit it as well this shuffle. Haunting. Yeah, so these are really just not hitting us that hard. And here I think we're just gonna go for we're gonna take a black cat. I think the potential down the line of so we already have some draw cards or some villages, I mean. And so yeah, just the potential of it is pretty great. And my opponent is able to line up his Marquis with the Sage, and so that's pretty fortunate for them. They're also taking a bunch of lurkers now. They have a lot of lurkers. I gotta look into contesting that. And here we're just going to take a couple Marquis, just so our deck is able to, draw some stuff. Yeah, I guess these lurkers really aren't that bad of a decision, is my ultimate verdict. So here, this is pretty interesting, whether or not to play the Lighthouse. I think ultimately it is. I'm going to play the Lighthouse. And then I'm going to play the Marquis and draw 3 cards. All right, and that really didn't do much. So I'm going to take one lurker and 1 scheme, I think. And here it's pretty awesome. We're gonna by province, and then due to mountain pass, we're gonna hope our opponent bids something that doesn't really make sense, and hope to win from that. Gains in, oh my god, this is pretty good for them. Well, this deck seems to be coming quite nicely for my opponent. Okay, so the thing is, they basically have no money, so I'm just gonna let them have that, I think. Right, all the golds are mine. None of the action cards they bought really is conducive to. Oh, they bought some silvers is the thing, right? They do have some silvers, but 14 might take them, I think, 2 or 3 turns in order to get back again, is my thought. Okay, well, this is just kind of crazy. Marquee scheme is just overall pretty great. Okay, in retrospect, I'm losing this game. I didn't realize just how powerful this deck could really become. But I think it does, like, these kinds of deck, it is very variance heavy. Like, if you need to find the right 2 cards in order to kick off anything. So it definitely has that component to it as well. And yeah, I'm going to put these cards on the top. I'll take a throw in a scheme, why not? Yeah. All right, we'll just do this. We'll top deck this. But scheme helps with that. They only have 1 scheme though, and so I guess that is good for them. Five. And then here is we get a wish off of this, and then let's see, we're gonna take a province, and yeah, we'll just take an inn and throw these things back up there. Go with the lurker, because the lurker actually like blocks my opponent from activating sheepdogs if I'm able to intercept one of their lurker attempts. Oh geez, it's only shuffled back in. All right, wow, all right, so we hit it, that's pretty awesome. Or like, as in we like drew both the inn and the marquee, which is just like, yeah, what our opponent has also been relying heavily on in their deck. Oh, these leprechauns are just like quite powerful, but Grant, oh wow. All right, I'm just gonna get ready to chuck my black cat at my opponent. Nothing in the trash. 5 cards. All right. And then get the feeling they have a black cat here. Okay, well, they don't. Okay, awesome. So here we're just gonna put an in on top, and then we have a wish. And we're gonna wish. You know what we're wishing for? There's only one thing that we want, and it's this majestic, pink cloaked individual. All right. So yeah, as mentioned, just this kind of a deck seems to really require like the right combination of cards in order to activate. And right now, yeah, it seems like my opponent's having a bit of difficulty like consistently getting it to work. So granted, the sheepdogs, I didn't really think much about like their activation potential, and well, I'm paying the price here. All right, here's another province, and then here we find this exact same 2 cards again. How great is this? So yeah, these games are all just like they're kind of like more luck based, and what can you do? Some games are just going to be like that, right? Not really much of a way to set things up here either, if any. So we're at the mercy of the deck here. All right, I'm going to take the in actually. We're going to put the, so how much money do we have? We're going to put the gold on top. All right. And then what else do we want here? I think we'll take another scheme. So yeah, that was what I meant by like intercepting our opponent's lurker plays. Definitely quite helpful when the opportunity comes to do that. I mean, all right, we hit 7 here. And we're just gonna grab some points. So yeah, they get to activate that. Can't do much about it. And we're just gonna take another state, and then we're gonna scheme one of these. Although I think we have a lot of them in our deck right now. We just shuffled. What do we really want here? I think we're just gonna take an in on top. And I guess that was the right answer. Holy cow. Actually, we're not going to play right away. We're going to carefully stash away the lurker There's 5 cards, 6 cards, 7, and we even managed to hit. Yeah. And I think we have one more marquee down there. No, we don't, so I'm going to put the marquee on top. This time it wasn't the right option, so, but that's okay. I actually think we're almost at a point where, like, our opponent really isn't able to catch back up. There's this idea of, like, once you have half the points in game, you could literally just, like, do nothing and your opponent just can't do anything about it. And so I think we're at that state soon. Well, let's not jinx ourselves, actually. Given a draw like this, you never know what might happen. And how many points are left out there? There's 21, 23 points. So, yeah, I think we're nearly there in that regard. And yeah, it seems like our opponent's deck is not that consistent, and they spend a lot of resources just trying to buy things to set this up. And it seems like not too much avail. And then let's take a black cat here. I think, yeah, if I were in my opponent's spot, I'd resign. There's only 9 points left in the kingdom. Like, I could just end my turn every turn, and there'd be, until I finally, like, hit 8. And, yeah. Of course. All right, good game.